Hi, I'm Tim Nevedomsky, owner of Clarendon Auto Restoration here in Huntsburg, Ohio. The Chandler Group brought this 1922 Chandler into my shop to get it running for the first time in 20 years. It's kind of cool. So I was able to get it up and running and driving. It's a real neat automobile, 6-volt positive ground, 3-speed non-synchronized transmission, 7-passenger car. From what I understand, it's a medium-sized car, and they made smaller ones later under the name of Cleveland. But it's very unique. It only has rear brakes. That's all they had back in the day. I don't know what the top speed of the car is, 30, 40 mile an hour maybe, and that's probably pushing it. There's got a lot of cool stuff about it. What I understand is this is the first year that they had the cowl vent up on the cowl. It's also the first year they had these headlights. They call them drum lights because they kind of look like a snare drum, and the cowl lamps match the headlights. The rear window design is actually the Chandler emblem. Back in the day, those rear windows were actually the emblems of the car, so when you were behind the cars, you knew what manufacturer made them. I don't know if it's the original interior. The interior on this thing is fantastic. Top's a little stained, but it's really a nice museum piece car for a nice collection for someone to have. You've got a big engine, and what I understand, Chandler made their own driveline, the motor, transmission, rear ends. It's 2 banks of 3. It's a giant 6-cylinder. It's supposed to be about 500 something cubic inch, 46 horse. It's very unique. This block is all one piece, including the shields down here below. There's your engine number. This one jack shaft runs the fan, the water pump, the oil pump, and magneto. This is the vacuum canister. This is your fuel pump. It uses engine vacuum to draw the fuel from the tank, and then it gravity feeds to the carburetor. You also have primer cups on top of the cylinder heads, so if you need to, on real cold days, you can actually put fuel directly right into the cylinder to help it fire. It's manual steering, manual brakes. Like I said, there's only one set of brakes on it, and that's the rear. They're big band brakes on the rear drums. All this is nickel plating. I'm not sure about the radiator grill. I was heard that they used hard nickel and they're soft nickel. So the soft nickel would be most of the plating here, and the hard nickel, they would polish that to almost chrome. That's your temperature gauge on top of the radiator cap. Inside, you got your voltmeter, oil pressure gauge, and your speedometer. Wooden spokes on the wheels, big 34-inch tires. It's showing on the odometer roughly 33,054 miles, and it even has a little trip meter on it also. All the lights work, horn sort of works. There are no brake lights, there are no turn signals. I haven't tried to take the top off. You have to unbolt it and try to fold it up, and I don't like to do that because sometimes you could damage stuff, you know. Fuel gauge is in the back. It's actually a sight glass. You have to actually look into the gas tank to see how much gas is in it. There is no gauge on them. You can also hand crank start this with the magneto. I haven't found the crank for it, so I did look for it. Couldn't find it. So but that's about what I know on it.